My name is Doug Matthews, Vice President of Product Management here at Veritas. I'm excited to be talking to you today about some new and exciting news we have for enterprise organizations who have found themselves modernizing IT operations in support of their digital transformation strategies, but are now finding these investments have created challenges in terms of increased complexity, rising costs, and greater vulnerabilities to data loss, ransomware attacks, and downtime. Digital transformation, accelerated by the global pandemic, has forced enterprise IT to modernize their operations. According to a 2020 Insight study, 67% of IT leaders state that IT modernization is essential to enabling business transformation initiatives. The survey goes on to say that just 25% have achieved their IT modernization objectives, yet they've already seen measurable improvements. But at the same time, the global pandemic forced everyone to accelerate their timelines. For many, this accelerated adoption of new technologies and cloud platforms doesn't come without risks. To meet these accelerated timelines oftentimes requires organizations to consider relaxing requirements for strict adherence to integration and standardization policies. Cloud has played a major role in digital transformation and IT modernization because it has allowed all of you to rapidly shift or expand resources to support changes in service or product delivery, customer interactions, and employee collaboration. According to a recent survey by IT management consultants Flexera, multi-cloud is already a strategy with 94% of enterprise organizations. This data mirrors what I'm hearing from our customers, that more and more of you are investing in ways to simplify operations and modernize your operational models through more automation, analytics, and AI, your applications to leverage the portability of containers, and your data centers, both on-premise and to a larger extent, migration to cloud. This has resulted in what we at Veritas call the transformation gap. It's when the digital transformation of a company outpaces their ability to effectively and efficiently manage the risk. Veritas NetBackup closes the transformation gap and reduces cost and complexity using a single, scalable, unified platform with the flexibility to support any cloud, any workload, and any architecture at every scale, with the resiliency to ensure rapid recovery of business-critical data, and the simplicity that streamlines and automates the management of data protection in the most demanding, diverse, and dynamic environments around the world. For our latest NetBackup update, we've delivered new innovations such as greatly enhanced support for Kubernetes, AI-powered anomaly detection for ransomware identification, auto-scaling of cloud resources, and much, much more. There is a lot of major new enhancements included in this latest update, and way too many for me to cover in one webcast. Fortunately for you, we've provided a bunch of on-demand digital content that will go into much more detail on notable capabilities and how you can use them to make NetBackup work better for you and your business. We'll provide a link to this great content at the end of the webcast. To better understand a few of the most notable enhancements, we've organized our presentation around the top 3 outcomes IT organizations care about: operational simplicity, cloud, and ransomware. To help us understand the value of these, our own Deepak Mohan, Executive Vice President of Veritas Products, caught up with VMware's Ajay Patel, Senior Vice President and General Manager, Modern Applications Business Unit. Take it away, Deepak.
Thanks, Doug. Welcome, Ajay. Thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure, Deepak.
The partnership between Veritas and VMware goes back to over 20 years. We have an excellent track record of providing day one support for VMware platforms such as vSphere, VMC, and VAIO. We are very excited to take that to the next level as a VMware design partner for Tanzu data protection. From your perspective, how important is the VMware Veritas partnership for our customers?
First of all, Deepak, I want to thank you and your team for an incredible partnership here. We have a strong and a long-standing partnership. Today's announcement is a great example of our ongoing collaboration. In this case, we're helping enterprise embrace Kubernetes and containers, effectively making it easy for our customers to adopt and put Kubernetes and enterprise workloads in production.
Great. Ajay, we've been leveraging containers within NetBackup software and appliances, leading to much faster and easier deployments. From your perspective, can you explain to our customers the value of adopting Tanzu and what benefits they can realize as a result.
Deepak, just like yourself, leaders are under pressure to deliver better software more securely and faster. This effectively is the heart of many of the digital transformation. Their teams need to run VMs and containers side by side. They need to build these modern applications using microservices and APIs. They're effectively trying to embrace DevOps practices, bring developers and operations together in a shared mission. But as you know, there's a gap between their desires and enterprises where they are today. So our goal as Tanzu is really to make it really simple to solve the infrastructure concerns as well as the developer concerns to deliver these great new outcomes, leveraging modern Kubernetes and container technologies. That's what VMware Tanzu portfolio is all about.
Yeah, and at Veritas, we are observing the same thing. Organizations are actively looking at Kubernetes to allow them to migrate more efficiently to the cloud, streamline hybrid cloud deployments. In addition, they still need to ensure that their applications are always up and running, their data is backed up and protected from ransomware, as well as they can meet their compliance requirements. I am excited to announce with the release of NetBackup 9.1, we are bringing these advanced enterprise data protection capabilities to VMware Tanzu. Native integration of NetBackup into Tanzu, leveraging VMware Velero and Kubernetes Operators Framework. Automated and intelligent discovery and protection of applications running in Kubernetes clusters. Granular recovery for Kubernetes environments across namespaces, resources, and persistent volumes. Would love to get your thoughts on how these new capabilities will benefit our customers.
Deepak, these feature set are exactly what our enterprise customers want. They're looking for confidence. They're looking to bring the same mainstream enterprise capabilities they've had today in these modern cloud environments. So these are absolutely the right set of features. We have a sense of responsibility to our customers to make Kubernetes real in terms of getting it adopted on the existing infrastructure, giving the teams the same tools and the consistent interfaces to manage VMs and containers, for them to operate across a multi-cloud deployment using consistent policy and security. They need a platform which is really catered for self-service for the developers, for developers to get value from Kubernetes without getting stuck with all the details of the underlying infrastructure. They need an application platform that's related to getting services and leverage code to get in production quickly and continuously. They're looking for a platform that's easy to build on because the developers don't get value from Kubernetes alone. They need the right application platform and related services to get code into production continuously, consistently, with confidence. Together, VMware and Veritas are trusted with transformation before, and they're looking to us to simplify this complex set of technologies and bring production-grade support to the enterprise workloads that they want to run on these.
And this is exactly why our strategic partnership is so important for our customers. Ajay, any last thoughts for our mutual customers regarding the value of adopting Tanzu?
I would say the two companies have had a long history of helping enterprise workloads to be run reliably, scalably, at scale in production. Our job together is to really simplify this complex set of technologies, make it easy, make it relevant, make it scalable, make it easy for our existing customers to adopt and deploy and leverage the strength of Kubernetes. Tanzu and Veritas jointly focused on delivering great customer outcomes. Extending these easy-to-use interfaces to Kubernetes is a natural extension of the work we've been doing. I'm really excited about the work we've already delivered and the roadmap ahead. I want to see what's next.
Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to continuing our design partnership with VMware and delivering even more capabilities for Tanzu in future releases, such as Tanzu Mission Control integration, expanding our enterprise storage management, backup and resiliency orchestration capabilities for Tanzu in upcoming releases.
That's a really solid roadmap, Deepak. Customers are looking forward to what we've delivered today, but the roadmap's even more exciting.
Awesome. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Back to you, Doug.
Thanks, Deepak and Ajay. Really great stuff. If you're a VM admin and want to see a deeper dive on how NetBackup and VMware work better together, make sure you follow the links at the end of this webcast. We're hosting a VMware webinar and demo June 16th, where you can check out NetBackup's instant rollback feature and support for Tanzu. Now, let's discuss how NetBackup addresses the expanding data protection needs for cloud, ransomware resiliency, and a little more on operational simplicity. With 94% of enterprise organizations having a multi-cloud strategy, the rise in ransomware attacks and increasing operational costs and complexity are a constant challenge. To help with this discussion, I'm going to bring in two of my product leaders, Greg Nuss, Senior Director of NetBackup Product Management, and Lisa Erickson, Senior Director of Cloud Data Protection. Both work very closely with our customers, and many of you may have already met them. Welcome.
Hi, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
So Lisa, when we talked earlier this year at our Conquer Every Cloud event, we talked about the value NetBackup brings to our customers in the area of backup to cloud, backup in cloud, and cloud resiliency. I bet you and the team have been busy. What have you been working on since then?
We're still really focused on delivering data protection on our customers' cloud journey across transformation, protection, and optimization. But in this upcoming release, we've really focused on in-cloud data protection for the protection and the optimization pillars.
That sounds really interesting. So let's start with protection. What are we doing in the world of protection?
Protection is all about bringing cloud-native data protection, those core kind of capabilities, as well as expanding that across cloud-native workloads. And so on that front, we've got some really exciting news. Deepak and Ajay already talked about our release of our next generation Kubernetes data protection solution. So our customers now get backup and recovery for their applications running in Kubernetes in a natively integrated way. And then the second piece is extending how we do backup in the cloud. So going beyond snapshot orchestration into the full lifecycle management of I want to do a set of snapshots, I want to ingest those into NetBackup, I potentially want to then expire. That entire process is now automated. We've started that in this release with Azure and Azure Stack, but we'll soon be extending that to the other clouds. And while we're on the subject of Azure and Azure Stack, we've made a big move here in terms of unifying the capabilities and the entire experience for data protection across Azure and Azure Stack in this release. So our customers can now come to expect the same core set of capabilities, whether they're running in an Azure private cloud or an Azure public cloud, and the entirely same experience.
Wow, that's just a long list of capabilities. It's been 6 months, and the amount of content that the team is delivering is fantastic. It's truly amazing. Kubernetes, Azure Stack, cloud snapshot orchestration and protection. It's fantastic. So let's talk about optimization. What are we doing there?
Yeah, we're not done. So, and this is where we get really excited because you go from core data protection and the core workload support into optimizing the management and experience, and even getting into areas like helping our customers manage cost of data protection in the cloud. And so in this release, I want to highlight one thing. Our cloud-native NetBackup client components have gone to an auto-scaling model. And why we're so excited about this is if you think about this from a backup admin perspective, as I start to protect more workloads or the number of jobs that I need to run increase or shrink, I don't have to worry about now I need to go manually stand up more VMs or containers to then scale that platform component. It's going to go up and down for them. So automation and optimization in that area.
A lot of really great stuff that you and the team are working on. Really good content in this release around cloud, so it's great to hear that. So Greg, let's talk about a very topical situation, ransomware. I know every time I talk to CIOs, that's the first thing they really want to understand. How can they best defend their environment versus this scourge of ransomware? In fact, it's affecting all of us. I recently flew in from Atlanta, where we were most recently waiting in gas lines. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, the ransomware topic is no longer just a CIO topic. It's a topic on front page news and at the White House, right? So that it's predominant everywhere, and as you just mentioned, it affects all of our lives.
It does.
And just in the last year, the increase in ransomware has grown dramatically. In fact, just been over 2,400 schools, governments, and hospitals that have been impacted just in the US last year. And those ransoms are up by 300% of what these companies are paying. So the protection there is critical. And so we're taking a very holistic approach across three key pillars in our portfolio: of protecting the estate, detecting when bad things happen, and then, of course, helping customers recover quickly from those events.
I love the approach, protection, detection, and recovery. So what are we working on in protection that can help our customers?
Yeah, so protection is about a couple of things. One of them is about making sure that your NetBackup estate is protected when ransomware gets in your system, because your backup is your last line of defense in an attack. So we do things of hardening the systems, right? So we've had intrusion detection and prevention capabilities built in our appliances for a long time now. And we're extending that by providing immutable storage built into the appliances as well. So our Flex appliance family has mutable detection natively built into it. We also have enabled our storage partners, third-party storage partners that use our product to control their immutability services as well. So the NetBackup administrator has that control over immutability. And then what's really exciting is with this current release, we're expanding that immutability to the cloud with S3 object storage for AWS.
That sounds like a pretty comprehensive protection solution. What have we done in terms of detection?
Yeah, so we've had detection for some time across our portfolio. We've had the ability to control detection and shut down applications through our Insights portfolio, and Aptar has very, very advanced reporting capabilities in this area. But native to NetBackup, what we're excited about is we've integrated an AI/ML engine into NetBackup for anomaly detection specifically. So we can, as part of the backup operation, detect and alert the administrator whenever anything out of the ordinary happens based on what their normal environment is like in their backup stream.
Yeah, anomaly detection is lets them know that something's happening, even if the malware doesn't have a signature or out there anywhere, right?
Right.
And this is what our customers have been asking us for, and it's much more advanced than most of the other capabilities in the market. So it's kudos to you and the team for getting that done.
Excellent. Yeah.
What about our bread and butter, recovery? What are we doing there?
Yeah, so recovery. So, if malware gets in that system, eventually the customer needs to recover, and they need to recover now, right? So time is money in these situations. So we've got a number of key capabilities around instant recovery for VMware, which basically allows customers to bring images directly out of the virtual images quickly. We've extended that in this release with something we call VMware Instant Rollback, which basically is a very efficient way to take just the changes of a VM and roll them back as a transaction log playback type mechanism to, again, get customers back online extremely quickly. And then of course, we've integrated our resiliency platform into NetBackup a couple of releases ago, and we extended the capabilities there this release with something we're also excited about, which provides a multiple service level objective capability for a given application. So customers can have different RTO and RPO set for whether it's a ransomware recovery event or whether it's a normal DR situation.
Just a tremendous amount of investment and development work that's going on in this space, and just kudos to you and the team. I know we, as a group, are extremely passionate about protecting our customers from ransomware, and I love the fact that we're leading the market in new capabilities like anomaly detection and immutability and the instant access and recovery and continuous data protection, all built into our platform. It's fantastic work for you and the team.
Thanks. It's a great, exciting space to be in. Unfortunately, it's required, but we're glad to be leading the way.
Yeah. We also have, in terms of simplicity, the appliance. That is the epitome of simplicity. What are we doing there?
Well, if you want to talk about simplicity in appliance, you have to really start with FlexScale. So FlexScale is our new scale-out architecture that supports multiple nodes on a horizontal scaling model and is really designed and built around simplicity. So the way it's installed and configured, it really masks or takes away the complexity of all the individual NetBackup components in the system and lets the user just think about the nodes in the system rather than individual NetBackup components. So that's a huge step for simplicity. But even more recently than that, we've just launched the new 5350 appliance. So this is the mothership for our data centers, 1.9 petabytes of capacity. But what's really exciting is the 30% improvement in performance that we've realized with this new platform. So customers now, with that amount of improvement, can really meet their tight backup windows that they have. So it's effectively, in a 24-hour day, really like getting 8 more hours in your day to do backup.
Everybody can use 8 more hours in their day. I would love to have that too. And you mentioned performance on the new appliance. Let's not forget that FlexScale offering is super performant. These legacy scale-out providers out there today, we're 5 times faster than them. So this is a fantastic new offering, not just for simplicity, but for maximum performance for the data center.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great solution. So Lisa, I bet you and the team have been busy too. What are we doing in cloud?
Yeah, so operational simplicity is a key part of optimization, like we talked about earlier. And we believe that our customers should not have to go manually protect cloud workloads. It should just be set, forget, completely automated. So in this release, it's tag-based. So you set your tags against your cloud workloads, and they will automatically get protected by association to NetBackup protection plans.
Truly hands-off data protection for cloud. I love it. It's great. So just a tremendous amount of work. You and the team, shortened release cycle. We moved to 6 months releases. Dramatic content. This is fantastic release content. Just kudos to, once again, to you and the team. And thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Doug. It's great being here.
Thank you.
Digital transformation has forced enterprise organizations to modernize IT operations, applications, and their data centers. The global pandemic accelerated this transformation. This has resulted in a transformation gap that is leaving these organizations vulnerable to significant threats like ransomware, which result in data loss and downtime. Today, we've shown just a hint of what NetBackup delivers on these new objectives. For decades, NetBackup has delivered innovations that help our customers safely and securely execute their digital transformation and deliver great experiences for their customers, partners, and employees. This is why NetBackup is trusted by over 87% of the Fortune 500 companies and has been a leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for 15 years. I'd like to thank you for listening. But before I go, I encourage you to follow the link in the description to access on-demand partner presentations and product capability overviews. You can also join our Hey Ava session on Vox, where you can ask a NetBackup product expert anything. We hope to see you there. Thank you for joining us. Have a great day.